What's the most boring sport to watch? Little League T-ball when your kid isn't up. Microsoft Excel World Championship. Not a joke, this shit is real. Rowing. I have been rowing competitively for years and I understand the nuances, yet it's still the dullest thing in the world. Pro fencing is actually not very entertaining. They're so fast that you have no idea what happened. So it's a couple of people with swords bouncing back and forth for about 30 seconds, something happens, and then it's over. Golf is great background TV to sleep to. Surfing. Hours of contestants just bobbing around the ocean and commentators trying their best to fill the gaps in action. I still watch almost every major contest, though. I saw a drone racing on ESPN the other day, and I was like, what the hell am I watching? Fishing. A sport I thought would be boring but I love to watch drunk. Curling. Gets me more hyped than anything. I'll be sitting there yelling brush the fuck out of that ice. Is sports when you don't play the game they play. A boxing or MMA fight with two defensive fighters. Nothing more boring than watching two people just circle one another and actively avoid doing the one thing that everyone is paying to see them do. Any sport you don't understand in detail. As a cyclist, cycling. It's really cool to learn the technical parts and strategy of the sport, but I get bored watching people pedal for hours only for the real action to start a few miles away from the finish line. As a huge Formula 1 fan, depending on where the race is, it's even more boring than NASCAR. Sort by controversial if you want to see soccer/football. What is complete bullshit? Resort fee and all the other BS fees hotels hit you with. Service fees for online purchases. Having to clean the air top to bottom whilst paying a $300 cleaning fee. Uber Eats charging a service fee and a delivery fee. I'm sorry, wasn't the service the delivery? The blister packs around scissors that require scissors to open. YouTube hiding the dislikes. Uploading a resume and then having to manually enter all the info again. Seemingly putting the correct email password in and it spits back out that it's incorrect and you use two-step verification and change the pass/precedes to tell you can't use recently used password. Scientology. That you would still have to pay a deductible if an uninsured motorist crashes into you. The diamond industry. Entry-level jobs that require experience. By definition, entry-level means you don't have any experience. It's just an excuse to pay entry-level wages to people with experience. But do tell me how nobody wants to work anymore. People who wait to the last minute then make it other people's problem. You knew you had to do this all year and you're going to bitch at me because you submitted it today and wrong? Get bent, sir. Getting a dog and then leaving it outside all alone all the time. We have a husky in the neighborhood who's in a wire kennel. Pretty big I guess by kennel measurements, about 15x10. He has food, water, and a doghouse. Sometimes he has a tarp for shade. Sometimes he has toys. But he's so alone. No exercise. No stimulation. He breaks my heart. We call him lonesome. You get what you deserve. Bullshit. You get what you fucking get. What celebrity can you simply not stand, even if everyone else likes them? Sort by controversial for the real answers. Fuck DJ Khaled, the biggest fucking loser out there. Watch his Hot Ones episode for a glimpse past the illusion. Rachel Ray, very annoying and rude. Shania Twain. I used to date a relative of hers and met her multiple times. She's so beyond stuck up and full of herself, treats people as below her and not worth her time. Quite literally raised her chin to look down her nose at people. It was really disheartening finding that out after growing up on her girl power. Isaac Newton. Fucking punk with his calculus. For never had to use calculus at McDonald's. The pioneer lady. Jesus, these comments are nothing but people who are widely disliked, even if popular. Oh wow, you hate the Kardashians. So bold. Fuck that. I came here to see people tell me why they hate Dave Grohl or Keanu. Before the slap I would have said Will Smith. People have a different opinion of him now, but before all that everyone mostly loved him. I always thought his persona was totally fake. He's like Tom Cruise. Smiley and friendly but nothing behind the eyes. A Patrick Bateman if you will. Not to mention his massive ego and terrible choice of roles. He had a few great performances, I'll give him that, but in the history of cinema he's barely even a footnote in my opinion. Goddamn Ryan Seacrest. How is he relevant? Seacrest out. What a douche. Beast. He lives in the same city as me and is always very rude. He gets food where I work and he just comes across very arrogant and rarely ever tips. He gets frustrated whenever anyone recognizes him. His videos are 100% publicity since he gets the money back. He has done good things but his ego is way too inflated. His staff is very rude as well. Jennifer Lopez. I'll watch some of her movies. I'll listen to some of her songs, but she's a mediocre actress and a mediocre singer. She's aged well and has style, but she's a narcissistic shit human being. Majority of YouTubers. They make good content at first but then the production quality increases, they just seem less and less genuine and they are no longer the person you first started following. I feel like the money, fame and everything else in that bubble goes to their head and they eventually just keep smelling their own farts. Also many game reviewers tend to all say the same thing but in different words. I've noticed this when I was into watching game reviews. Now I look for normal people's opinion because I have bought many games based on glowing reviews and ended up disappointed in some way. Kevin Hart. Don't find him funny and he's everywhere, which makes it worse. Oprah Winfrey, something about her just seriously irritates me. Mark Wahlberg. But how many PPL like him, I just don't.